Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, going for the Gnaw. Seen Zeus bring that one out. I believe into D+.
Yeah, I think this was game 2, right? And it was not very close at all. And so we'll see whether they can lean on that into D+ Kia, looking for their first 2-0 here in the LCK. Let's jump into the rift for game 2. Gen.G doing pretty well there.
I've heard a lot of people say you should give 110%. So maybe Gen.G focus on trying to up that percentage a little bit.
I remember that from Bedazzled. One of my favorite quotes from the movie. As Clear, standing in the brush here, just wanting to avoid taking unlimited boomerangs from this Gnaw that can be quite frustrating in the matchup, was probably one of the earliest of the answers to K'Sante. It wasn't really an answer because K'Sante at the time was extraordinarily broken. Just have to make sure that they can... Okay, never mind. It's got a Headbutt Pulverize onto Henna. Kellen going to be knocked up, though, taking so much damage here. Now lit on fire. As aiming still at full health, though. They're not going to quite be able to finish off the kill, and they don't even get the flash out from Kellen just yet. Aiming still just trying to punish as now the dive comes in. That's going the wrong way, but he still takes a turret shot as Showmaker looks for the threaded volley. He finds the big rock. One more auto, and he'll return the favor.
Beautiful play from Showmaker, gets the solo kill after being on the receiving end in game 1.
Back to lane. Let's have a look at this one more time. And I was a little bit worried, right? Because normally you seismic shove over the rocks to get the value. But he was in turret range after that.
Yeah, the turret hit just contributing so much. And Closer goes for like a short flash so that you can try and...
I think he basically just said, what were you doing?
Yeah.
B&K possibly able to start this one off with 3. Lucid moving in.
Nearly there, by the way. He's a lot closer.
Yep, Weaver's Walk coming on through there. That is going to be the seismic shove. Raptor gonna have to try and twist and advance his way away, and he will be able to do so, but Kellen is gonna find the headbutt, and now aiming gets in here in the nick of time. Kellen survives somehow! And on the other side of the fight, it's Showmaker getting his second. Oh dear! This is the opposite start of game number 1, and B&K finding themselves in a big deficit.
On this one.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this one is in the Chemtech.
Yeah, you are paying extra attention.
I am dialed in. It's Cloud now, so no Cloud.
Oh, no Cloud, so that's a bit sad.
Cloud Souls today.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, wow, winning early is really bad. So maybe B&K Fearx are going for that angle. And if so, they're being challenged
severely. All right, there's going to be the ulti as Raptor trying to get out of there. He does manage to lock down one of the grubs here as aiming, looking to try and get away, and Execute not going to be able to do that whatsoever. Showmaker now just going to try and lock him down. Does get the flash out from Raptor, but I guess they got what they came for. That is 4 grubbies. They're able to lock down 2 of them, all that D+ can muster.
Yeah, not sure it's a weird trade for B&K Fearx, I'll be honest. Oh, Closer.
Well, Kellen's going to look for it. Does manage to interrupt the rocket jump. A very difficult task, as we know. Henna does the walk tactic to get out of the seismic shove, but he's just standing here a little bit too long. He's got the barrier, the big old rock as... Oh!
And so they're no longer picking him things like Jinx, and they're going, hey, get him on Zeri because it works.
Well, now we're looking for a fight around Herald. Extendo Beam not quite going to catch Clear as he makes his way in. They will be able to grab some Banana Brush control as now the Brambles come out, or the Kitty Cats, I should say. Headbutt Pulp comes in as the Weaver's Wall splits up the fight. Clear can't quite get out of there, but he does avoid the seismic shot, finds a huge cube, and now aiming, throws down the ulti. Closer has locked up the Vi, though, and now the re-engage. Oh, the pulverize into the shove. Picture perfect from Kellen and Showmaker.
Oh, man, you know, because sometimes I don't see on the sign that says 1+1, and when I go to the till, I'm just...
Oh, and he's like, go and get another one? You're like, okay. And speaking of getting another one, we have another team fight here as Lucid going to be able to take down one, throws out the ulti, and then dies pretty quickly. Kellen absorbing a lot here with his unbreakable will. And D+ not going to be able to save this turret, I don't think. Spherex come on down, never you mind, as in goes Kellen once again. Seismic shove this time is going to land, and it's aiming that's able to lock down that first kill. The Killer Instinct is finally here, though, for Henna, as he's taken so many rocks to the dome. One too many there, says Showmaker, and he locks down the double kill. Kingen has now found Clear. This is a top lane matchup, Atlas. We can dial it down a little bit, and I will do so. Yep, and they're hitting, pressing buttons. What did you think of the team fight off?
But here with the Unraveled Earth coming back up again, there's something you can do.
Oh, we got more fighting. There's another Headbutt Pulverize, this time onto Raptor. He's going to be the first one to go down in this fight. Showmaker in pretty good position. Lucid just interrupting everything. Kingen diving on top, but the Kazante will not be stopped from... Never mind, Zeri's going to be able to do so. Henna now running away from Aiming, who is completely powered up. There's the double. Over the wall goes Execute, but you will not survive. It's the triple kill as we're diving into turrets before we've taken outers.
The cleanup so good there from D+, which is...
back in live,
Yeah.
Henna is not
You know what?
live.
I hate to be that guy, but I can't, you know, we did say the Rakan terrible into the Talia, and we kind of saw an example why right there.
And this is the other kill that we got out of the replay that was from before, and Henna died. As extendo beams are flying in, there's the weave as well. They're looking to close in onto Closer, no pun intended. I apologize for that one, and he's just going to get jumped on by the Meganar. Now Henna is running for the hills, and D+ are just trying to catch him one after the other. Extendo beam comes down. The ulti from Aiming is there. Execute is just in no man's land. I guess it's his side of the map, but B&K are completely disjointed.
This kind of reminds me, though, you remember last summer when KT had that massive win streak? And it was a game win streak, and they kept playing like the same champs, and Aiming was on Kai'Sa? It's feeling like that with Zeri at the moment.
It is feeling a little bit like that. Let's see whether B&K can overcome it, as Closer has a great flank angle, but Showmaker buying some time here with the Zhonya's. He is able to flash his way out, seismic shove to protect him. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, Aiming is in a little bit of trouble, throws down the ulti, is now Henna trying to answer, but it does not work. Execute almost going to get killed by Kellen after Showmaker does so much heroism, and Raptor is hoping they forget that he's here. And they won't.
You're there.
Unfortunately, there is vision, and the sweeper doesn't last long enough. Execute's also dead. Kingen throws a drill at him, which is something you shouldn't do in real life, but you can in League of Legends. It's absolutely fine as Aiming, chasing down the tree, and Raptor just wants to sleep. He's in his pajamas, Aiming. He's going to dab and head into the brush. They throw down the control ward, an expensive kill here, but it's going to be the 9th for Aiming, and things that are expensive, not something that Aiming really cares about. We know he loves to farm. But this is pretty up there, as Lucid, speaking of Execute.
You know, I feel like, honestly, because Poppy's W is quite short.
True. Well, we're going to trade some positions here, as Henna, the killer instinct, we were asking for it, some more proactive play, and sadly we got it.
That certainly was a decision you can make.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, like at least Poppy's W, like, you know, it is a brief the time it's up for. But Showmaker just slams the Unraveled Earth up and it's just there.
Yeah. Kellen, Unbreakable Will, going to be able to get him out of there, is clear. Travels over some rocks, but he's pretty tanky. He's not too worried about it. This turret going to fall down, and there's another headbutt pole. Kellen, you maestro of the engage. Never mind, it may not necessarily work out as Aiming. Never mind, he's at full health. Clear, going to get taken down. The burst fire is now coming in as Aiming skates over the little rock. They'll take down this inhibitor. Okay, well, they might be able to get themselves towards a dragon. That's what's going to be spawning now, as Raptor is still relatively low. Kingen trying to get out of the way of Henna, who's going to get slowed down by the boomerang. There's some more knockups going to be connecting here onto Execute. Clear back to full health as the Weaver's Wall comes in. They're splitting up the fight once again. The grand entrance, so powerful, and another pulverize just says absolutely not. Kingen is flashing on top of Henna as well. It's a quadra kill for Aiming on the Zeri. I had a penny for the amount of times these Zeris have gotten multi-kills. I'd have lots of pennies this season. As Raptor, he might be the extended pentakill, and that's it. Aiming's gonna lock it down. I'm sorry for not screaming my lungs off, but it's been so many already this season.
And it's another for Zeri. It's always Zeri, but Aiming, after a pretty monstrous performance on Zeri, will get the Penta, and they will close out the series 2-0. Their first 2-0 of summer.
Yeah. Oh, man. 37k damage on Aiming, but Showmaker with a highly respectable 32.6.